Yo, what's going on here at the Boruto episode 184 review. Now, I've been looking forward to this episode for a good bit because something very important happens in the end, regarding Mugino. But pretty solid episode overall. Probably gives like an 8, 9 out of 10. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start the review since I kind of just want to jump into it and talk about what happened. But it starts out with Boruto and Team 7 leaving the facility. Now, I know a lot of manga people wanted this scene to happen, the Sumire and Sarada scene, but it didn't happen. They didn't have a line. Personally, I don't really care for the whole Sumire thing, but I understand why people wanted to see it. But they're probably gonna do it at a later time or whatever. The anime does that a lot of times. They just kind of just maybe further build up on different scenes, but that was whatever, right? They leave the facility with Dr. Katasuke, and Dr. Katasuke is now using his new scientific ninja tool suit, which is like a robot suit in a sense. I don't know. He has like a body armor suit with some different ninja tools on it. So basically just going to be testing out his new suit for a little while. But they find the airship and they start looking around, and as they're looking around they see these puppets, and after a little bit of time the puppets start waking up and attacking them. So that, of course, they start fighting back. They notice that none of their jutsus are really doing anything to these puppets, and they're kind of just getting back up. So Katasuke has a bright idea to take all the damage with his new scientific ninja tool where he can absorb ninjutsu. So he takes all this damage and he absorbs it, and what kind of ends up happening is that the puppets just overheated themselves and shut down so they could actually destroy them. So Katasuke shows off his new scientific ninja tool. So now we can just absorb ninjutsu with these tools, right? So scientific ninja tools are getting way more advanced, and they're now able to do advanced stuff like this, which is only a prototype too. So it's only a prototype, and we've already seen Naruto's ninja arm do this. So moving on, really important scene I want to talk about was the whole Jegan and Code scene. So Jegan gets attacked by Code and Jegan just shrugs it off, but Jegan says something very interesting, and I think this is actually going to be a major plot point for like later on in the series. Jegan says that Code still has a way to go and he's not ready yet or something like that. And Code asks Jegan, he says, yo, can I track down the traitor? But Jegan's not gonna allow him to do that because he has another job to do, which you don't know exactly what that is. Even in the manga, we kind of have an idea, but we still don't know what that is, right? So they're putting a lot of emphasis on Code, but they're setting Code up in a really nice way. And I feel like it's gonna be important later on in the story, like really important. But just keep that in mind. Yeah, it basically seems like Code is just like always on his knees for Jegan. He's always trying to like please him. I guess Code is just down for Jegan like that. So seems very loyal to the car organization and Jegan in general. But Code and Delta, they pass by each other as Code's on his way out. And Delta mentions that Code seems kind of desperate for attention. Like I said before, he's always on his knees for Jegan. So he just seems desperate for attention, and he wants Jegan to like him and whatever. But Delta's like, yo, Jegan likes him the most, which I'm guessing they're referring to the vessel. He likes the vessel the most. You're not important, like you're a side chick. He doesn't like Code like that. So they're kind of just implying that Jegan doesn't really like Code as much as he likes the vessel. And this kind of got Code a little bit upset. Like, I don't know, it seems like there's gonna be later on in the story some issues with Code and the vessel, but I guess we just kind of have to see, right? Really developing Code's character here, and Code is kind of getting the most scenes in Car. If you've noticed, we haven't seen that many scenes of like even Delta. He's getting more scenes than Delta, so very interesting that they're deciding to do that in the anime. Let's go ahead and move on to the final act of the episode. They Team 7 finds Konohamaru and Mugino, and they sort of start talking about what they found in the airship, and then they get interrupted by Al, who enters the cave. And Al pulls up with this machine gun, and he's like, yo, I overheard y'all back there. And he demands that they tell him what they heard. So of course they refuse. So this man Al starts unloading the chopper. He starts unloading his machine gun and airing it out, and apparently this machine gun shoots like fire style bombs. So I was like, is he really gonna shoot him with actual bullets? But that would have been broken, right? But fire style bombs, and Katasuke kind of just distracts Ao with his new absorbing ninja tech, and Konohamaru gets a jump on him and actually breaks his machine gun. And then Konohamaru goes ahead and asks Ao something about Kara, And the moment he even says the name Kara, Al shoots him with something from his chest and knocks Konohamaru down. So at this point, I was just like, y'all have to die. Like, y'all seen too much, you heard too much, you gotta go, right? And so he takes Katasuke's robot arm and plans to use it against him. And then, Boruto attacks Al, and then Mugino actually grabs Al from behind. Pause. Mugino starts reminiscing about when they first met. This is a really weird position to start reminiscing about your first meeting, but okay. Yeah, so they start reminiscing about, the funeral, and Mugino a little bit envious of Al and how his previous life was as a shinobi. Al uses some ninja tool and stabs Mugino through his chest, but Mugino is still not dead. I'm kind of surprised that Mugino has this much strength to hold on to Al. Just kind of says something about Mugino's character, right? That he's just willing to sacrifice himself. But Al says that he's not a shinobi, he's a tool. And that's just a lot about just how broken Al is now. And he went from this shinobi to outer Kara member. Mugino uses this earth style jutsu and breaks down the cave to sacrifice himself and allow Team 7 to get away. Al is still alive because we see him get out the rocks, but this is just gonna like barely slow him down. Like, the rocks barely scratched Al, but Mugino's dead. They put him on that casting couch and he got violated, so he's gone. They did his character a lot more justice in the anime than versus the manga, so I appreciate that. So yeah, Mugino's gone. I like how they did his little goodbye speech or whatever with the reminiscing, but yeah, that's pretty much the episode. We're gonna be going to Al versus, I guess, Team 7 next episode, them being hunted down. So pretty good episode. Seems like we're getting even more code and scenes and whatever, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I was considering turning these into a live stream reaction in case those will only be, I guess, if I don't have enough time to edit and upload it. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Discord, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.